Morning, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in. Guys, buckle your safety belts. It's about to get interesting. The Fed panicked yesterday, dropped the rates down to zero as we expected, and the markets didn't react positively. Everybody's selling everything. Buckle down and prepare. Hopefully you're already ready. Shout out to Sir Capstan Sticks, Jojo Wave, and put a mask on your wallet. Like I said last week or the week before, shout out to Jojo, the rest of the boomers. Make sure you're touching the buttons, like, subscribe, post notification bell, ding, ding. Stay tuned in to whatever word we need to spread here, whether it be bad news or good news. We're going to keep it 1,000. We're going to keep it 1,000 out here. Let's go ahead and look at the markets. I hope you guys got a mask on your wallets out there, because it seems like the virus is more powerful in the markets than it is on the streets. Kaboom to original copy. I see you out there, guys. I was meaning to do a restream both to YouTube and DLive, but Restream.io is reconnection successful. Got knocked offline, guys. Let me know if you read me. 10-4, roger that. We got knocked offline. Buckle your safety belts out there. The Fed panicked yesterday, late Sunday. Markets are going down. Bitcoin going down. And we got our eye closely and see what things are, how things are going to pan out here. But it looks like cash is king. Drop a comment here in the population of the chat box. I should be back online. Do you read me out there, boomers? Give me a 10-4, roger that. We got 7 concurrent viewers, it says here in the population of the chat box. I got knocked off with an IED over here online. A soy bomb. Boom! Give me a 1-2, roger that if you read me. I'm going to go ahead and look at the markets. You got Bitcoin plunging down, 46.41. The pressure's on out there, getting attacked on the left, the right flank. It's a bloodbath out there. Guys, I told you to expect more pressure. It's going to be a bloody one. We don't know how long this is going to go. We got a ban for 30 days on incoming travel, and they're about to maybe quarantine everybody. So, I would expect more blood. Hopefully you guys already have a little cash on hand so that we could wait for potential opportunities, because there's going to be opportunities out there in the horizon. How soon are they going to come? I don't know. I would expect more blood before we see more opportunities, which could arise in as early as a few days or in a few weeks or more or less. I don't know. Shout out to the boomers. Give me a 10-4, roger that if you read me out here, guys. I'm here in the trenches. Do you read me out there? 10-4, roger that. Do you read me, boomers? 46.43 out there. Coin market cap under pressure. Futures under pressure. Stocks under pressure. Bonds under pressure. It's a bloodbath. That's all I got to say. It's a bloodbath out there. I hope you have your surgical mask on your wallet and your bank accounts and your crypto wallets out there. Indeed. 1-2. Bitcoin there at 47.92. And, I told you guys already on the Saturday stream, as far as store of value and, the economic revolution, Satoshi was a joke from the beginning, guys. We should have called it even sooner. But we were too busy focusing on other things. Apparently, so many people are watching porn out there. It took a while for people to realize Satoshi was Santa Claus, and he wasn't going to save anybody. I've been telling you guys for at least months now, at minimum. You got Bitcoin there at 47.92, Ether at 109, Ripple at 13, Bitcoin Cash at 159. I'm getting ads, though, and I'll click on it because I'm going to make some BAT tokens in the meantime and in between time. Bitcoin Cash at 159. You got Litecoin there at 31. You got Satoshi Vision at 106. EOS at 184. Binance at $9. Leo at 87. Interesting to see Leo moving to the top 10 in this bloodbath of a market. Tezos is down 24% at 121. This one pumped. It was the darling of the altcoins this year, and it lost all its weight. Stellar at 3 cents. Huobi at 277. You got the USD coin now, the stable coins. Cash is king, guys. Everything's pegged to the dollar. It's not to Bitcoin. We were wrong. Tron at less than a penny. Do you read me out there? It says that I have 15 concurrent viewers, but is my chat able to connect? Let me refresh here because I'm not seeing any 1-2 on the chat box. Where's my chat box at? There we go. Okay. My chat box wasn't coming through. Okay, so How you doing, Chance? No D-Live today, says Digital Gold. The problem is Digital Gold is that Restream.io, that service that I use to restream to the YouTube and D-Live, it's not providing YouTube restreaming right now. It's down. They got hit with an IED. Here in the foxhole, still sniping. Jigger Rome says, kaboom, champ, Mayday, Mayday, we're going down. Mayday, it's out there. Bitcoin sub 1K, says Jojo Wave. Niagara Garden says, not scared for Bitcoin. The corona is another story. Derek says, the collapse is coming. I told you, and, we've been talking about it. The system's funny bunny, and the system's funny bunny. That's all we've been saying. It's funny bunny, but apparently it's all funny bunny. Not only the fiat system, but the crypto. Guys, it's all the funny of the bunny. This is going to get bumpy. Depression incoming, says Chris P. And that may be the case, guys. It is buckle your safety belts. It's gonna get ugly out there. It's gonna get ugly out there. I think we're seeing what many have been predicting as the world economic reset. It's actually probably going down right now. We're in this. It already started, and I've been telling you guys we were already in the new world order, and now it's becoming clear as day. They may institute a whole world currency. I don't even know. Because at the end of the day, when you're talking about 2 weeks, 30 days or more of all businesses being shut down, I understand that that's not the case for everywhere, but they're more and more shutting down, So, I mean, you're looking at something that's coming to a standstill, and it looks like things are going to be shutting down longer than they did in September 11th. So this is going to, impact the markets like we've never seen before, at least in the 2000s plus. I'll tell you that is what it is. Got YouTube it is. Yeah, I mean, I want to be on D-Live, but they don't let me push to D-Live right now via multistream.io. Hopefully they can fix that. But shout out to Derek McLean. Fed lost all the ammo. So, the Fed, they pushed the rates down to 0 like we said they would. But they did it a lot faster, and I think that they made a mistake yesterday. I think Trump and Trump looked strong on Friday when he came out and, with the CEOs or whatever. But on Sunday, I think they fired too quickly. They fired too quickly, and the market is not reacting. They're losing confidence in the Fed. But listen, at the end of the day, the central banks don't care. They're going to continue to issue debt, guys. There is no alternative. Where are you going to go to? They're the buyers and lenders of last resort. So, I mean, I would think that they're getting an erection, actually. Stock market's down over 11%. Yeah, it's a bloodbath. Let's go ahead and look at the stock quotes out here. Food and medicine will be the most valuable commodities on the planet. Also, e-commerce will be a huge business delivery for everything. Let's see. I mean, I would expect a deflationary period now. A lot of the prices of some items are going to be coming down, including, crude oil or whatnot. But I think there's going to be a hyperinflation period at some point. They're throwing so much money out there, guys. I think they jumped like $1 trillion on Friday. Another, I don't know how much on Sunday. They're throwing every trick they have in the book at it. They're putting the rates to 0. This game's not over. They're going to probably announce something else today or tomorrow. I mean, the ship is sinking. And I think maybe it's by design, guys. I don't know at this point. We know it's funny bunny, but you got to ask yourself, what is the alternative? What are you going to go around with gold? I mean, gold is going to hold. I think it's going to be a good hedge here, although it's under pressure. But, the question is, what is going to emerge? How is the new economic system going to be after this? And I'll tell you, I mean, it's looking bad because, right now we don't have free markets anymore. We haven't had them for a while, but, this is already a socialist system. You got the private companies in bed with the government. They're getting bailouts. They're getting money. There is no free market. They're rigging the system. They're throwing cash. Guys, it's a shit show. But again, what's the alternative out here? That's what I want to know, because, back in the days in the world wars or whatnot, they had different countries, different competing. You can, right now everybody's on the petrodollar. What are we going to run to? How low is Bitcoin going, says AT. It may go lower. I mean, I said this on the weekend, and, there's some people that were in the chat, cryptomaniac boomers, are like, guys, get out of it completely. It's all over. I don't know if I'm buying all of that, but, I told you guys, it's not looking good. I'll tell you that. For the BTC, it's not a store of value. That argument's out the window, okay? And there's no privacy. There is no fungibility. The only use case scenario I see right now with Bitcoin is as a trade of exchange in between the crypto exchanges, in between the altcoins. It's easy to swap in and out of altcoins using Bitcoin. It's a good pair. And still the standard, but now we're getting USD coins, stable coins or whatnot, and who knows if the Fed rolls out a coin on us, a digital, ledger next week. I don't know. The gold will now hold dollars the way to go. Right now, cash is king. That's obvious. We said this last week. Make sure you have cash, but I'll tell you, cash won't always be king either, because they're pumping so much. At some point, there has to be an inflation here. Of course, there's going to be a deflation before there is an inflation. But right now, either or, the only thing that has buying power right now that's like liquid is cash. The only thing that's liquid is cash. Just a Jerk says, I sold my Bitcoin at a loss. I'm out of the market. Good luck, champ. Just don't lose your money like I did, and I bought the majority around 6K. There you go. I'm sorry to hear that. You got people checking out, and it's a bloodbath, guys. And it's not just crypto; it's everything. Gold, the stocks. Where are you going to run to right now? The only thing you could do is hold cash. I think maybe the bonds. Let's look what the indices are saying here. You got the S&P down 7%, 2459. I expect this thing to go below 2000. We may hit, I don't know, 1500, 1400. It could go lower. We predicted this, guys. I said, we may be slashing for over 50% from our all-time high, which was around 31, 32 there. And we may go all the way down to 16, 15, or even more. Here's our futures. Crude oil's under $30. They're giving it away. And this is expected. There's not as much shipping. There's not as much travel. And the demand for oil is not as high right now. So they're, and they got heavy supplies. And the trade war between Russia and the Saudis. So, there it is. Let's look at the futures for the indices. And let that load up. 26.95, a little more favorable for the futures indices. And you got metals. These are the future metal futures. Silver's at a steal right now. Everybody's liquidating, because you can't go to the store with silver coins. But silver's at a steal. Silver's at a steal. There's got to be deals out there, guys. What's going to survive this? Okay, there is going to be cryptos that survive this. I'm really questioning if Bitcoin is going to end up in the short to midterm is if it's going to lose its dominance as a cryptocurrency. The reason I question this is because there's a bunch of other cryptos that are cheaper that do actually do things. Ether and the smart contract platforms. Once people realize, what am I going to do with Bitcoin? It didn't store my value. They're going to look into other speculative assets within crypto. I think crypto still is the future. I think it's still here to stay, but it's not going to go up now. It's going to keep going down. I'm buying Bitcoin even at $10, says Luis. There you go. I think, it's not over with, and it's always going to be around Bitcoin, but I'm questioning whether it's going to be the dominant crypto. Champ, do you hypothesize how this deflation to hyperinflation will play out for everyday people and what to expect? I think expect anything. That's the truth, guys. You got to expect almost anything. And I would say the play here is just to have some cash on hand. Have some cash on hand, because if assets get really cheap, if you get a $10 Bitcoin, you may want to buy it, or maybe real estate gets cheap or something that, there's certain things that are going to stick around, guys. I mean, it's not like, all businesses forever are going to shut down. Yeah, we're going to see a retraction, and not everybody's going to survive this, but you just got to look, where are the survivors going to be? And, try to identify that. I don't think that we know that yet. I think we're still sliding down. Thank you, Chris, for the 5, though. Niagara says, if you don't sell, you don't lose. That's a way to look at it. I mean, that's a way to look at it. But if you don't sell, you won't win either, because there's nothing really you could do with Bitcoin at this moment. So you got to also look at the opposite. Yeah, you don't sell, you're not going to win or lose, And in fact, you could lose because you could lose a buying opportunity. So I don't know, I'm not going to dump all the bits, but we've taken some profits, and I'll tell you, I'm really considering taking a chunk. If I see some greenery, if I see a nice 5-10% pump, I'm taking out some more cash, just to have, and then we wait out the storm, I'll tell you this though. Let's look at these altcoins. Hit refresh. Market cap at 139 billion. You're looking at the Fed dropped $1 trillion over the weekend, guys. This is like a blip in the radar. All arguments of like crypto being the hedge against the fiat, forget about it. Forget about it, guys. Sorry to say it. We were wrong. That's the end of the day. We were sold the bill of Satoshi in the romantic story. Bitcoin, they're at 4,888. Ether at 110. Ether, I think that there's got to be a smart contract platform here that's going to stick. Okay, once everything goes to shit, it may go under 100, it may, everything may go. Which crypto is going to stick around? You got to pay taxes on any cash you receive. That's a given, whether it be anywhere. That's the bottom line. That's a given. You're always going to have to pay taxes on cash you receive. Unless, you're running on just straight up cash, I guess, and who knows how long that's going to be. They got the surgical mask on the cash. They're trying to say that cash may be spreading the virus. Got to pay tax. Okay, you said that. I go in and out of USDC to BTC and ETH risk management, set stop losses. Niagara says, hilarious. You think crypto is dead now? That's a buy. I didn't say I don't think crypto is dead now. I didn't say that. At all. I think that crypto is going to go down right now, though, at this moment. Now, is crypto dead? Absolutely not. Is Bitcoin dead? Absolutely not. What I want to know is what's going to emerge out of this, because Bitcoin is definitely not as strong. Forget about the economy and forget about, the virus. What's the reason to hold Bitcoin if it didn't hold its store of value? There's a lot more reasons for some of these other altcoins. That's what I'm looking at. I see the opportunity and that may emerge here is in altcoins. Of course, there's still confidence in Bitcoin compared to the altcoins. And for that reason, I'm going to hold some. But if you don't need cash, shit, and you still want to be in crypto, look at these altcoins and keep an eye on them. You got 14 cents. Bitcoin Cash there at you got Ripple at 14 cents. Bitcoin Cash at 162. Litecoin at $31. Satoshi Vision at 109, EOS 186, Binance 936, Tezos at 130, Leo at 87. Tezos and Leo kind of battling it out there. UOB at 278, Tron at less than a penny. Chainlink losing weight out there. And let's look at gold. Pull up the gold prices on them. Silver, wow, man. It's almost $10 for silver. It's incredible. Down 15%. Sheesh. Nothing safe, not even the metals. Where's my gold at? There it is, 1466. Gold is holding well, though. It's only down 4%. It's only down 4%. Got 1465 on gold. So, I mean, the way I'm looking at it, there's the market, 1465 on gold. The way I'm looking at it, guys, I think that we're going to see pressure, more blood. Buckle your safety belts. I don't think crypto's dead, but right now everything's retracting. Everything is liquidating. And we'll expect blood everywhere. BTC's world's most secure network, $88 billion market cap right now. Feds just printed $1.5 trillion out of thin air. Math, right? They could just buy it and shut it down. Like that easily. If Bitcoin was anything a threat to their system, they could just buy it and they can buy all the coins in one day. So, I mean, decentralized, it doesn't even matter. Like, understand it's 1.5 trillion that they pull out of thin air. I understand. I mean, like, look, It's a funny bunny system. You know, they're pulling it out of thin air, but right now, you got to understand that you can't buy anything with Bitcoin straight up at the stores. So for the short term, now maybe in 3 years or 2 years, yeah, I may gain weight. And I would expect the US dollar to get hyperinflated after they print so much money. So yeah, maybe down the line it goes back up. What's your opinions on banks running out of money? I think anything's on the table right now, guys. Anything's on the table. You guys better buckle up your safety belts, especially young guys that have never seen any blood on the streets before. Anything could happen, and just be prepared. If they bought, there's your 100K BTC. If they bought all the Bitcoin, they could buy them for. They could buy the market for less than what it is right now. They'll get it on a discount. If they're just buying everything up, they could buy it. Whatever the price. I'll tell you this: it's hard. I'm hard pressed to see. You explain to me out here how the price is going to get back to 10,000 in the short term. You're telling me it's the halvening? It's because people are going to be mad at the Fed that they printed $1.5 trillion and that's going to bring people to buy Bitcoin in the short term? Guys, come on. Now, maybe down the line, yes, but not in the short term. Shout out to Lady Plants and the rest of the boomers. So yeah, guys, I mean, look, right now, I'm going to be honest with you. While all these things going down and everybody liquidating, I'm seeing more opportunity in these altcoins for the midterm than in Bitcoin. Right now, like, I could see how these altcoins can gain weight. Niagara Gardner says, my Bitcoins aren't for sale, only 100K plus if they wanted. There you go. But, the bottom line is that if you didn't have cash, you would have to consider that. If you lost your job or if you don't have any, there's certain people that are in the game that, they have to consider that. What part of Bitcoin is on exchanges? 10%, 15%? I don't know, to be honest with you. But I still haven't heard an argument as to why Bitcoin's going to go up in the short term. That's the truth. And I'm the crypto maniac number one. And I don't like the USD. I think it's the funniest bunny. But they got military power, guys. At the end of the day, violence is the final solution. You could, especially here on Earth. The final solution is obviously the Lord himself. But when you're dealing within the flesh, ends up being violence. Ether to $40, bring it on. Now, the thing is that, if this thing tanks a lot, we could buy back in cheaper. This thing, this bits, if it tanks to like 1,000 and it's sitting there again, sheesh, we may have to buy more. Derek he hopes it goes down. He's praying for a 2K Bitcoin. Those who buy now will be rich when the temporary mess is over. But which coins, though? That's the thing, which coin? The fundamentals of Bitcoin are cool as far as limited circulating supply. I think that's the only thing it really has going for it at this moment. But it's not a store of value. It's not. It's a speculative asset that people hold so that they can, like, even Niagara Gardner here, like, he's saying I'm not selling my Bitcoin until only 100K plus. What that means is that you're still valuing your Bitcoin in US dollars. So US dollars is still king until US dollar is not a part of the equation. Then you're gonna have to consider it. Bitcoin and ETH is all I'm long on. Put it this way, Niagara, and I wouldn't have said this a few months ago. I think that ETH has a better long-term today. I may change my. This is a highly volatile time, but I would say ETH right now looks better to me than Bitcoin. ETH right now looks better to me than Bitcoin. Southside says, crypto, I'm on the short right now, so going down, so it's working for me. Yeah, those that shorted are winning. Absolutely. Yeah, Dow Jones down 1,000 points. Let's look at these rundowns here. You got Dow. The Dow's a bloodbath out there. Dow's down almost 10%. I'm sure the circuit breakers were triggered. S&P at 24.54. Crude oil at $29. Yeah, it is what it is. Let's look at the 10-year. The 10-year is looking a little better at 0.80. You know, I would like to see this more like at 1. Right. Until we say that the currency is worth this much Bitcoin, then that's when crypto's king. But right now, even people that are hodling like, oh, I'm not going to sell till it's $100,000. That means that you're still, at the end of the day, you're still valuing in US dollars. That means this is the system that runs the game. That's the bottom line. And I hate for it to be that way because the system is funny bunny and these guys are fraudsters. We know that, guys. Okay? But the situation is that they're basically got everybody checkmated because what is the true alternative? Like, what could you go to the store and buy groceries with other than the USD? I think we aren't going to see that bottom until a number of countries go through these lockdown periods. I agree. I think we're still at the beginning of this thing. So, you know, I would expect more lockdowns in the U.S. Everybody's freaking out there. I still haven't heard anybody of that knows anybody that gotten sick. So, you know, who knows what's up with the virus or not. Obviously, you know, it's caused real ramifications. So you got to take it seriously at this moment. You know, we're hunkered down. I got food. I got cash. And I'll tell you this, for the short term, if I see Bitcoin go up a little bit, I may take some more profits. And, you know, I've readjusted my portfolio to where I feel a little more comfortable. But, and you should consider, everybody out there, what would you do if tomorrow Bitcoin's at 2,000? You know, because some people, you know, they've been in the game since Bitcoin was, you know, only a few $100. It depends on where you've been in and out of. You know, like a gentleman just came on the chat and said, Champ, I got in most of my Bitcoin at 6K and I took a loss and I'm out of here. You know. The mask on Benji's funny. Yeah, it's hilarious. Lewis with the 199. Thank you. You will need Bitcoin either you want it or not. Okay. Let's see. I got Bitcoin, so yeah, I'm good. Mark D says, how did Bitcoin position? Mark was calling it, and I would say I agreed with him. I would say the price is going to go down this week. Now, is it all over? I don't know. Mark thinks it's all over. Have some putting in on USD Tether, ERC20, so they're ready to jump in on fire sale, says CryptoZilla. Derek says, I've been in cash since I've been saving for a house. Now, Derek, but you've been in cash since you've been saving for a house. What you now all of a sudden you're in cash? Because all this time that you were in the chat, you've been in Binance. Let's keep it 1,000. You've never talked about cash ever. You talked about Binance. Okay? So I don't know. I never heard you talk about cash. You're the Binance man. And you never really were all that crazy about Bitcoin. And you did call for a crash, but I never heard you talk about cash. How's the Binance doing is what I want to know. How's Binance doing? They calling for $800 Bitcoin. Look, let's look at the charts for Bitcoin and see where things could go. Let's see if we can identify some stuff out here, guys. Here's a 5-year chart on Bitcoin. After the major crash, the crypto crash, went from 20,000 all the way down to 3,000. At this point, guys, you got to understand that this is a more severe crisis than the crypto crash. So the price, by definition, probably should go down to the lows that it did before and maybe even lower. So it's a strong possibility that in the short term, we will dip under 4,000 and closer to 3,000. Okay. That's a strong possibility. Again, trade what you have in front of you, not where you think it's going to be 2-3 years from now. This is what's in front of us. Now, if you could swallow and hold it through, then that's fine. Just understand what is probable to happen. In my opinion, of course, I'm not anybody's crypto advisor. Here's the charts again. You could see that we pumped to 20K and we dropped down to about 3,000. And that crash was not even as close to severe as what's going on in the economy now. Okay. So I expect crypto to be impacted at least how it was before at a loss. So, I mean, it should go down to at least 3,000. 3,800 says Big Papa. Kaboom, champ, I'm 90% cash, says Big Papa. Listen, the people that are going to be able to jump on the opportunities, whether they be in crypto or whatever, are the people that have cash on hand. Okay? Let's say like I got some cash. So if this thing drops to 1,000, I may be able to get into Bitcoin at 1,000. Okay? You just got to understand, guys. It's all about managing your cash right now. That's I think what it is. I think that's the short-term strategy. You know, crypto's cool. If you got your cash managed and you could survive, then hodl it through and let's see where it goes. But again, you got to make sure that you cover for yourself for right now. And I think that's situation's different for everyone. Everybody has a different size bag. You know, you got guys out there that got, I don't know, hundreds of Bitcoins, or there's guys out there that got half a Bitcoin, and there's guys out there that have no Bitcoin but a lot of cash, vice versa. Everybody has a different situation. You just got to make sure that you understand the climate that you're in, where at least for this month, cash is king. For this month, at least. Okay, what happens next? Will they even institute a whole new system? I don't know. I have, anything is on the table. This is certainly looking very fishy, and it looks like they had this planned, and everybody seems to be coordinating in concert. And they may be using this as a scapegoat to completely reset and give us a whole new system. I don't know, guys. If Bitcoin breaks 4,000, I'll probably start buying more Binance, says Derek. Okay. Southside says 1K in BCH, ETH, Litecoin is enough to bring you 20K when the thing jumps. But look what you mentioned there. They're all altcoins. And I'm considering, guys. I'm considering. I'm gonna, when there's opportunities out there. Once these things settle down. Right now, the knife's still falling, and you know how I feel. I don't like catching falling knives, guys. I've said this. I don't know how many times, even when we weren't in crisis mode. So as soon as we see a couple days of trading sideways, then you make a move. And those moves to me are going to come in some the altcoins that have strong fundamentals that people could actually do something with. And don't sleep on the exchanges either, because people are going to use these exchanges. I still think that the exchanges are here. Now, as far as the traditional markets, guys, I mean, I don't got to spell it out to you. It's a bloodbath out there, guys. Wow. This one is like, this one's for the books out there, guys. This one is history being made. Things will never be the same. We're not in a capitalistic society. This is not a free market. I think maybe socialism may get pushed on us even more. They may throw free healthcare for everyone because of this virus. And now you got all the private companies in bed with the government, or at least the big ones. That is like backwards, guys. They're getting money. Like it's. At this point, it's like Walmart's part of the government. Google's part. I mean, we always knew, right? Like, but now Google's part. Now it's coming to light. The Corona boom. I agree with CryptoZilla. Absolutely. This just feels like when you are, a big hurricane is going to roll in, you need to hunker down and hope it doesn't hit you head on. But after it blows through, be ready for the rebuild opportunities. I couldn't agree with you anymore. Most people, when a hurricane's threatening the East Coast, I'm speaking in terms of the United States, most people don't end up being hit. The eye of the hurricane is, I don't know, maybe of, 50-mile radius, 60-mile radius. I could be wrong, but, somewhere around there. It's not like a 500-mile radius. But, you got people all up and down the coast that are potentially impacted. So they start scrambling and moving and get ready, getting their supplies. And just in case, you want to make sure, you stay safe. Other people have different safety measures than others. You got people with families. You got people that are single. Everybody has a different safety threshold, I guess. You know what I mean? This just how 9/11 changed societal norms. This will be 7x that. I agree with Niagara Gardner. This, deeper than the economic impact. Look, the virus is just the surface. That I think will go away. Okay, then the bigger impact obviously is economic, but then even further, it's like the society impact. Like that's it. People have already been herded like cattle. Like you stay here, nobody moving, no groups more than 50. It's like. Social distancing, that's a new term. It's even, they have the term for it already. I don't know, guys. The bagels are at it again, says Big Papa. Yeah. It's not like we haven't called it out, Big Papa. Avoid the Bolshevik artists, you know it. And during the hurricane typhoon, it sucks and it's scary, but the sun will come out again. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's true. I've been through a few of these natural disasters myself, and there's always opportunity at the end, and there's a brighter day. And you know what this does, guys? Let's talk about the positives. People are staying home with their families out there. People are not going to work. They're not, it's not good that people are not going to work, but some people are working too much, is what I'm saying. Some people should take a day off. Some people should stay home with their family and just kick it, instead of going into, a trip here or a concert there. Maybe you know what I did yesterday? I took my kids to the strawberry field, to the farm. I said, guys, we'll go out to the farm. And, it was, a great experience, a nice sunny day. And we had time to spend as a family. And I think that this is going to be the good that we get out of it. And I've seen that in natural disasters. The community starts becoming stronger. You actually talk to your neighbor maybe, Another thing that I want you guys to do, if you have old people in your family, give them a call. I called up my granny yesterday and I asked her if she's all right, if she needs anything, They may be freaking out. Give them a call. Kids were told not to go to school. Yeah, the schools are shut down, most places. Cash is king, says Big Papa. Thank you, Big Papa. He just threw the $5. I appreciate that so much, Big Papa. Stay strong. I lost 20,000 in a month. Still got my gold though. There you go. We all lost. We've all lost. We've all lost major out here. There's a lot of people have lost. Call of Duty Warzone all day, baby. There you go, Big Papa. Japanese have always had social distancing with bowing and not hugging, but too many ride sardine-packed trains, which are the worst for spreading illness. Yeah, they are. Yeah, you talk about those trains, and it's a metropolitan cities where you have a lot high population density. Obviously, are the hot spots or could be. How I made hashtag SLE. I don't know what that is. Self-isolate. He says video games, porn, YouTube, and Netflix. I would take out the porn, please. Take the porn out, how I made. You're not going to become stronger watching porn. Don't do it. And it's because of all the porn that people have gotten so soft out there and easily manipulated. India has a train problem, says Big Papa. Is India impacted? I mean, I know everybody's impacted, but how are they doing out there? Thank you again to Big Papa. Shout out to Derek. Shout out to How I Made. No, I don't know how to pronounce that. No te diré mi nombre. I just lost 20K, so shout out to No mi nombre. Yeah, stay fap free out there, guys. If you want to be strong, don't be fapping around like an idiot. That's like that. Fapping around is for children. That's what you do when you're a teenager. Stop it. Become a man out there. Stop fapping around. You want to be a hardened vet. Don't be fapping all day long. It makes you softer than soft out there, guys. CryptoZilla, he says most of us are hardened vets. Shout out to CryptoZilla. Shout out to Japan. Stay strong out there. Our brothers in Japan. We wish you the best. India has shut their borders. Okay. Shout out to India. Hopefully everything's good for them. And, I don't know about, how I feel about the shutdown, but it's like it's a catch-22, because if there's a virus and people can get sick, but if not, you're setting a bad precedent. We got 40 minutes here on the stream. I'm going to rock with you guys for a few more minutes out here. Let me know. What do you think it's going to come out of this, guys? That's the thing. Forget about crypto. What do you think? Well, not even forget about crypto. Actually, what do you think the system's going to look like in next year? Because this is like an impact like no other. I mean, just think about how much cash flow has been frozen, basically. It's like the flow of cash is going to continue to slow down out here. The Snake Diet dude has been on form during this. Yeah, Snake Diet is my dude. Like, Snake Diet is one of the most entertaining guys. He's hardened. Shout out to Snake Diet out there, Cole. I agree with Big Papa. Real estate market is doomed. Absolutely. There's a bubble everywhere, guys. There's a bubble. It's all a bubble. It's all a funny bunny system. And that's why so much of us have faith in crypto, because it seems to be a little more honest, right? But just being an honest guy and having tech that works, it's hard to compete against the might of the military-industrial complex. Violence isn't the best solution, but it usually is the final solution, guys. Okay? Now, what's great about this real estate market, because I've been saving for some property. I mean, I want to get some property as well. So, hopefully that's the opportunity out there. So, I mean, I would like to have a little more cash, because I'm seeing properties. They may go down. They may go down. On that note, I'm buying real estate and crypto during the crash. Hard assets, guys. I think everything's going to crash. Gold, silver, cryptos, but with the ones that will come back are hard assets, starting with gold, and real estate. It takes longer to move because it's less liquid, and I think Bitcoin will come back around. Maybe Bitcoin again will be Bitcoin's going to go to 3,000. It has to go to in the $3,000 range here in the short term. Okay, like forget about it, guys. Like. It's going to take something short of a miracle to get this thing closer to 10,000 in the short term. Okay. But once, maybe this is an opportunity. If you have extra cash, if you never gotten into Bitcoin, that's another one that you may want to consider. It depends if they find a cure, but they need to keep the numbers going to the hospital. The summer should help. I think they may already have the cure. It seems like these pharmaceutical companies from Israel, our friends over there, I'm sure they're lining up to ready to make it happen. But I agree. What the markets in the world needs to hear is that, we're out of it. Like that, that people are not going to get, that the rate of infection has slowed down and it's actually receding. Right now it's increasing, the numbers. So, whether the numbers, I don't know. I mean, I still haven't seen anybody sick. So I may be wrong, I guess. I don't know. But until the narrative is that they got this thing under control and that there's not going to be any more lockdowns and you can go back to work, then until then, I don't expect anything to go up. Trump paused the student loan. Yeah, Trump paused. Listen, what Trump needs to do is suspend income tax, because income tax is coming up April 15. He needs to cut out income tax. What's up? Trump needs to cut the income tax, or at least postpone it, or give us a deal. What's up? That's what people should be talking about now, because he's giving money to all these banks. What's going on? The banks are getting trillions and trillions. And what's up? We got to pay taxes? Get out of here. That's what we should be talking about. Trump needs to cut these taxes or postpone them or suspend them. You quarantine the tax. Quarantine the tax. Isolate the tax. How I Made says crypto has no use case during this crisis. Exactly. I've said it. I was saying this on Saturday. Right now, there is no store of value. What are people using Bitcoin for? The only thing Bitcoin and almost all crypto are speculative assets. And I'm sure some of them are going to go up in the future, but they're speculative assets. Speculative. Big Papa said income tax won't do shit for me, but it could help a lot of people out there. Cut the income tax out. Suspend the income tax. What he should do. It's coming up in April. Look, I mean, most people are still going to be locked down by then, right? Let the banks crash and let me buy them up instead of bailing them out. You know that's not going to happen, though. Guys, these guys are throwing money like they've never thrown before. They're not going to stop. They're going to throw everything. They're ready to provide unlimited liquidity. That means that they're ready to run the press till the machine breaks. And it's not even a machine. It's just zeros on a computer screen. Let the banks crash. Oh, we read that. AOC Tulsi offer universal basic income. Yeah, I mean that's where things are headed. It's all headed to the shitter. It's all socialism anyway right now. I mean, like the private companies are in bed with the government and getting money from them. This is like, come on, guys. Yeah, universal basic income is trash. Get a job for no income tax. I agree. But, at this point, people people are so weak. There's no option. They're going to go to the government for a handout. That's what it is. The rich people, guys, I said it. They checkmated everybody. And this has been, I told you guys, since at least World War I, they have been weaving the threads of the New World Order since at least then. They want to be the buyers and lenders of last resort. They want to be the only person that can feed you. A monopoly on even your income they want. So, I don't want that. But it seems like that's where it may be headed. And they got a checkmate on everyone. Look at these countries like Cuba. You get paid a universal basic income and people have free healthcare. And they don't do shit. They only do sit on their ass all day. And there is no innovation. They don't do shit. And that's it. That's life. And there's no hope for nothing. It's real shitty. But, these young millennials, this sounds fun for them. Like, oh, we get paid to do nothing. And imagine a world like that where nobody does nothing. And, and then there's not going to, then each year that goes by, people produce less and less. Before you know, there's nothing. You got 50 cars from the 1950s in the streets. Jeff Bezos didn't pay any tax, right? Wealth tax doesn't work in 90% of developed countries. Taxes suck. Okay? I mean, I don't know what to say, and I guess it's everything's going to shit. People are just going to be like, oh, capitalism sucks and look, everything sucks. We need the government to help us more. Give me universal basic income, please. Come on, guys. You sounded like a commie, How I Made. You sounded like a socialist. If that's what you are, just let it be known. I don't want you in the community if you're a socialist. I don't want socialists in this community. I'm going to throw you out the bar. So just let me know. And it could be, you could step out quietly. If you're a socialist, just get out of here, please. I'm taking you to the side and be like, look, I'm going to let the security, I'm going to have the security escort you out. I mean, it's cool. And if that's your argument and everything, then take it somewhere else. I don't want that here. I don't want commies in the box. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Income tax was 0 in 1913. And somewhere after then, somewhere after then, okay, is when the shit went to when the World War started. Like what I've been saying. Just watch Andrew Yang and Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is a little midget, and Andrew Yang is a communist. So I'm not watching either of them, okay? So I'll give you one more strike, and I've seen you before. You seem like, but I'm not buying Andrew Yang or Joe Rogan. Those guys are idiots. Joe Rogan, guys, come on. Joe Rogan's as deep state as possible. If the Dems were in charge right now, they'd use this as a way to bring basic income and healthcare for all. Yeah, I mean, they just want the government to control everything, to tell you where you could go, where you can't go, how much you earn or not. Bernie's a socialist. Absolutely. He's done. Get him out of here. And that's not to say that the things Trump is doing right now are not socialist either. Trump is not looking good to me either. He's looking like he's trying to make the banks great again. But, we got to have at least, some scruples out here and call things for what they are. We don't want that. We know what we're at, where we're with the climate we're in. It's shitty, but we don't want to be coddled by everything. Listen. Let it go to shit, and we'll figure out. I'll start farming. I don't need the freaking government. Bernie's a Bolshevik, absolutely. The government, guys. The government is probably the reason we're in the shit hole. All a conspiracy to loot the common folks. It's all a rich man's trick. Shout out, who was it? Bit Papa or Original Copy that let me know that? Joe Rogan supports Bernie. Right. Joe Rogan supports Bernie. That's all you got to know. No matter who we pick, the social engineering will continue. You're right, Bit Papa. You're right. And it's not even worth the arguing. Like we're already the socialists took over already, guys. We've already been in the New World Order. Bernie is a bagel, says Bit Papa. And so is Joe Rogan. He just doesn't really push it. But come on, guys. Capitalism reigns supreme, Mark D. Come on. I mean, it would be awesome if we were in a free market, but we ain't in a free market. Capitalism, come on. We haven't been in a capitalist society. Were we even in a capitalist society ever? I'm starting to question. Okay, guys, we got a little $5,000 Bitcoin there for a moment. That's all right. Is this a dead cat bounce? Probably. I told you dead cat bounce a few days ago when we went down here to 40 to 30, whatever we went 39, and we went back up. I told you this is a dead cat bounce, and we trade sideways, and now we're bouncing down again. Yeah, they want us to fight each other instead of them. Yeah, you're right, Big Papa. At this point, guys, I've been saying it. I don't know how many times. The only thing that's going to save us is the Lord Himself. Be in this world, but not of it. And don't think that you got the solution for the utopia, because it's all funny, bunny. I'm losing my respect for Joe, says Big Papa. Come on, that was we saw that coming down a while ago. I've called that out a while. I don't know if you heard me, but come on. Joe is a propagandist at this point. Remember when he used to talk about the fake moon landing? They shut that up real quick. He ain't talking about that no more. He brought in Neil deGrasse. Is Neil deGrasse even a scientist? I don't even know. I know Bill Nye is not. But, wow, guys. Good morning, champ. And the boomers, I think it's another fake out stock opened up low again today. We'll see them when it closes. Yeah, it's another fake out. Queens, just make sure you got God in cash for now. And God for always. At the end of the day, guys, you need the faith in the Lord. Stay close with your families. And don't forget that at the end game, the Lord wins. That's all I got to say, guys. If you have faith, you'll be good. There's no reason to fear, and everything will be fine. The higher powers are recession proof. You got it, Big Papa. That's the truth. The higher powers are recession proof. But when you try to be so successful in this world, that's where you forget about, the higher power, the bigger picture. I can't. Let me pull up the verse. Be in this world, but not of it. Let me pull up the verse. See if I can find that verse. John 17:14, is that what it is? Let me try to find it because, I don't want to be saying things and I want to quote it correctly. I'm having trouble finding that. Maybe someone can direct me because I don't want to be doing a whole entire search here and staying quiet and not keeping the show going. We'll keep the trackers rolling, says CryptoZilla. Shout out to Dilemma Stock. 49. We're seeing $5,000 Bitcoin. Like, what would it take for the bits to jump back to even where it was just a few days ago on 78? Like, come on, guys. Yeah, because someone direct me to that verse. I'm here. I think it was John 17 or something, but that wasn't what it. Be of this world, but not of it. If you could. Bitcoin is not a safe haven, but neither is gold right now. I mean, it's a lot safer than Bitcoin. Decrypt. It's interesting what's going to happen, guys. I think that anything's on the table now. World economic reset is on the table. New currencies are on the table. Bitcoin losing its dominance to other altcoins are on the table. Prices going lower than they are now is on the table. Just got to be prepared. That's all I got to say. Just have one in the chamber. And having one in the chamber right now is cash. Okay? Cash. There you go. David is referring me to John 17:16. And Nano referred me to Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that's good and acceptable and perfect will of God. I like that one. That was not the one I was looking for, but that one definitely. These guys, the Bible's got so much fire and so many jewels. Let me see if I can pull that one up on you. John 17:16. Yeah, that's a nice verse out there, Nano. Well, it's someone. Yeah. Well, it's not exactly, but he does refer to what I'm saying. They are of the world, even as I am not of it. This is Christ speaking here. That's his. What he said, according to John. $5K Bitcoin. $5K Bitcoin's decent too, though. I mean, not for everybody that's been in the game for like a year or whatever. Let's see where we are just a year ago. Where were we at last year around this time? We were at a $4,000 Bitcoin. So here's the thing, okay? If you've been in crypto for at least a year, you're still in the green. Okay? If you've been in crypto for a little over a year, you should be in the green. If you got into crypto somewhere around September up here, it's a different story. I know some of you guys have been rocking with me. I mean, I know some of you guys I've seen for years here in the box already. Derek says, I think gold will go down too. Yeah, it's all going to go down, Derek. All of it's going to go down for the short term. And then we won't see any sort of stabilization until they get a grip on this virus in the media. Until the media starts reporting that, that they got a grip on it. Because, it's all about the media. Because look how powerful the media is. Look, step out your house. Do you know anybody that's sick? Do you know anybody that's been sick? Okay, so everything that's happening is because of information that the media has dispersed. Whether that's real or not, that's not what I'm saying. It's just showing you the power of the media. You go out and you don't see any problems, but the media is telling you, and everybody already starts moving. So, I mean, it's just showing you the power of just information, Be not conformed to this world. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is it that's good and acceptable and perfect and the perfect will of God, says Nano. I like that. Wow, I'm looking at this chat and this replay, and we are like lagging behind at least like a minute. I just peeked at the replay. That's probably why the interaction with the chat is not going as fast as usual. So check this out. We were in a descending wedge ever since, an all-time high in the summer. And then we broke out of that descending wedge at the beginning of the year, which was very favorable. You see the wedge that I'm talking, this channel here. And now we've crashed. And it seems like we're going to crash below even the descending wedge's support. So, I mean, buckle your safety belts. This thing is going lower. And if you can't hodl through it going lower, then you may want to consider taking profits or getting off the ship. Now, if you can hodl lower and survive the storm, I mean, you may see a day where it goes back up. But for the short term, guys, I'm keeping it at 1,000 with you. It's going down, guys. In my opinion, obviously, no one knows. But I think we may be back to these levels, 33. That's what I'm looking at right here. We made all this action, and we may just go right back to here, where we were at before that 2017 boom. Or no, actually, even lower. We can go here. That's the first support. 33, 34 is the first support. But then it could go back to pre-boom times. Back to right here. 2,000, 2,500, the 1,000, this range right here. So we may go to here first, this shelf, before even going back to here. And it will continue to go down until the media gets a grip on this thing. All news channels open up with the same exact coronavirus headlines. They read a script straight off the teleprompter like a fucking robot. You're right. To program. Yeah, more toilet paper. You're absolutely right, Nano. People believe the media. They believe the government. They want Big Daddy to help them. They want Big Daddy to help them. It's that they're so dependent. Most people they don't even know how to pick a fruit or plant a plant. So a lot of people don't know they've never even, killed an animal and cooked it before, Most people are at home watching pornos, guys, playing video games. That's what's going on. Most people are at home watching pornos, playing video games. How do you expect the men to take back what they need to take back when you got that going on? There's a reason those pornos are free, guys. There is a reason. I'll take a few more comments and questions. I'm thinking of, if I have some time, which I probably will, I'm doing things that make you go, streams over there on D Live. Well, that's true too, David. I like that. See, I like the positive. Let's talk about the positive. David says, just a thought, when I stay home, I'm saving money on gas. So if the country stops moving around, just think of the savings. So he's thinking of, the savings that people are having. I like that. You may be saving on certain items. People may not be going out as much and wasting, money on stupid shit. I like that, Mark D. Stop watching porn and start making it way more fun. I like that one. Shout out to Mark. We did expect a dump before the halving, but who expected this 2018? Guys, nobody expected the corona to come through and impact all the markets like this. Nobody expected to be in a quarantine and lockdown. You can't accurately predict these things. Now, I think what we all agree is that we expected the bubble to pop for the global economy. I mean, I certainly did, and I know a lot of other people were talking about it. And it's one of the reasons why we even got into crypto to begin with, because this looked like a viable alternative to the legacy system. That story has since changed, but it doesn't change the fact that we looked at the legacy system and see the flaws within it and the funny bunny. If we hit $2,500 or $1,500 Bitcoin, I might dump the rest of my Monopoly paper. What, like buy more Bitcoin or dump it, but dump the Bitcoin? David says, just think of the boom we will have. Listen, something's gonna go up. Okay, there's things that are gonna boom. Okay, there's things that are gonna boom, but they have to go down before they go up. And we got to look out for it. And there's gonna be cryptos that boom. What do you think? There's never gonna be a crypto again? Come on, guys. I mean, even if Bitcoin is not as dominant, you think Bitcoin's not going to be traded? I mean, it's going to be around, will it hit all-time high again? I don't know, but something's going to move out there. You're right there, BitPapa. Bitcoin's just a tentacle of the legacy system. I agree, BitPapa. Nothing's changed fundamentally, just prices. Yeah, but, psychology's changed, Crypto Chronic. And people got to understand that the things that drive markets are not necessarily fundamentals. It's fear and greed. And then maybe fundamentals. Mark D says, amazing that Psychic Brown called this corona pandemic to a T. I've never heard of that, so I can't chime in. I'm not sure who that is. Oh, Crypto Chronic says, I'm a buyer, bro. I've been stacking for a while now, more so now. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be opportunities. Absolutely, absolutely. I wouldn't start buying yet, though. I'll be honest with you. I think that this thing is going to still go down. And I said that last week when people were like, champ, it's time to buy. I'm like, I think the knife is still falling. The knife is still falling. Expect the knife to continue to fall in the short term. And I don't expect anything to be stable until the media gets a hold on this thing. And by the looks of it, it's going to take another few weeks because of the lockdowns. Let's take a peek over there at the legacy markets. Stock markets there at 2,500. S&P's at 25. The Dow is at 21,305. Yeah, it's a bloodbath. Compare Bitcoin's crash to that of 2015. Let's check this out. Comparing Bitcoin's crash to that of 2015. There you go. Oh, and you can't even read this article. Why are they even why would TradingView list be in crypto headlines if you can't read this? Other than, they're trying to get them business. Come on. Yeah, things change when Bitcoin tanked with the stock market, because part of the Bitcoin so-called fundamentals is that this limited circulating supply, which should combat against the Fed printing trillions of dollars, but that wasn't the case for the short term. Crypto Chronic says, I'm sad looking at my portfolios, but excited to get some cheap. There you go. I think that'll come, but not yet. Not yet. Not in my opinion. Not yet. All right, guys, I'll take a few more comments and questions. It's a shame that I wasn't able to do the D Live today and restream this over there. Restream.io is down. Are they back? No, they still got this. Look, I'm getting, so you guys can see what I'm getting here. This is my Restream.io dashboard, and look what I'm getting. YouTube connection error. Currently, there's an issue with the YouTube API. The team has reached out to YouTube to inform them the issue. So I can't use this service to stream to YouTube. It only pushing a D Live right now, so I'm just directly on YouTube right now. So guys, not everything. Even multi-stream IOs having problems with their tech. On that note, guys, I wish you all well. I really do, and I know everybody has a different situation with their Bitcoin, because I've been here for such a long time that I know guys that have been in bits since sub 1,000, and I know guys that had got into the bits when it's 7,000, so not everybody has the same situation. They don't have the same buy entry point and exit points. But we got to trade what we have in front of us. Okay. Look what you have in front of us, in front of you. Do you have enough cash to get you through this? If you do, then, you're not hard pressed to sell and liquidate, obviously. Okay. Can you hodl through the storms? What do you expect BTC to do after it goes down? Once you secured your cash position and you feel good, then you could start thinking about what can happen long term and start speculating. But before you're speculating, that's what I'm trying to say. Before speculating on these assets, make sure that you're liquid enough. And that what's liquid enough, that's different for everybody. A single man may have a different threshold than a family man that has to support several children and a family. Everybody has a different situation. Other people have different standards of living. Some people will get by with very little. Other people, they have a different standard of living. Just consider this. The prices are highly probable to go down even further. Just be prepared, okay? And I don't think that things will stabilize until the media gets a hold of the panic and the scare and the quarantines start reversing, okay? And that's what we have in front of us. And besides that, the good part is that we are going to probably see some great deals and steals, and we get to spend time with our families, guys. Come on. That's a great thing. Being at home with your family. That's what's really positive about this. And, I know some people don't have family. And, for those people, we extend a hand to them because they're part of our crypto family over here. So if you don't got a fam, you can be part of this fam. Just as long as you're not a commie. Getting blasted with notifications. Assets are dropping like raindrops. You know it. Expect more blood on the streets. Buckle up your safety belts. Things are going to get bumpy. Champagne is not your father. You're right, Bleedheart. And expect things to, like I said, yeah, we're at 5,000 now. I mean, they're lower than they were this weekend already, so I would wait till things stabilize. When things stabilize, I'm saying, and this is crazy because, I'm a Bitcoin maximalist. I'm like, Bitcoin doesn't have a fundamental reason to be the dominant crypto anymore. There we go. Bitcoin doesn't have a fundamental reason to be the dominant crypto anymore. Okay? And because of that, I'm going to start paying attention to what could be a dominant crypto. Okay? I'm not saying that. Okay, let me actually rephrase that. There is no fundamental reason for Bitcoin to be the most dominant crypto. Okay, it's still going to be a dominant crypto. Obviously, it's not going to be like a number 100. But there's other reasons for other cryptos to be more dominant, in my opinion, because we see that crypto's not about a store of value at this moment. Some of these smart contract platforms are catching my attention. DeFi is still catching my attention. I know there's flaws with it and it's not working like it needs to be working now, but there's something there. The exchanges are going to be here to stay, in my opinion. Where else are you going to exchange crypto? So, something to consider. But I'm not making any crazy moves. I'm hunkered down and I'm waiting to see what happens next. Besides that, guys, keep your faith strong. Be in this world, but not of it. And there's a good ending for those that have the faith. And that's as real as I can keep it. So God bless everyone and have a good day, like David Couch is saying here. Shout out to Bleed Heart, Infection, Crypto Chronic, Queens Racist, Mark D, and the rest of the Boomers, Bit Papa. I see all you maniacs. Stay strong. God bless. Have a good day. And maybe I'll pop back up on you guys today. If not, I'll be here tomorrow. The champ's here, whether it's up or down. I've always told you guys that. Whether things are up or down, I'm out here swinging in the trenches. So stay strong out there. And I know you can't go to the gym in some places to put weight on the bar. So go ahead and do some calisthenics, some push-ups, some squats, some sit-ups, maybe take a jog, get some fresh air out there, guys. Stay strong. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest. Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.